All right, so yesterday I pumped out a video talking about how to manage or my solution for managing complexity by using or taking advantage of partial classes. So I went through the video and I uh, I went ahead and I started drilling from a high level down into the implementation details of a class. And then I think I promised that I was going to go into clean architecture or my interpretation of it. This is something that I learned from Robert C. Martin, aka Uncle Bob. And maybe I'll talk about that for maybe 5 minutes, right? Again, my intent is just to start just brain dump. And because I know, even though there's people that are light years ahead of me, there's also people that are just getting started, and there's also people that are pretty stagnant. So why not just share what I know? And some people can learn from it. Other people that already know and they're further ahead of me, they can make some adjustments and share that with me, and then I learn as a result. And so, this is industry, man. This is what we're supposed to do. We put things out there and we let it get thoroughly poked and tested and returned back, and we keep evolving it, evolving it, evolving it. I refine it, refine it, refine it, right? Until I'm just cranking out, producing like a factory. That's the intent. Makes it cheaper, higher quality, and faster. All right. So with that said, let me show you a solution. All right, come on, let's go. So this is uh this is a solution I'll call healthcare. And there's like, if you notice what you're looking at, all right. And let me close all this out. Hold on. All right. So with minimal distractions, you look at the solution, and what do you see? What is it? What does this application, aka system, do? All right, by just looking at it. Okay. What kind of system, aka application, is it? It doesn't matter, right? Like when we talk about, is it a mobile app? Is it a web application? Is it a desktop application? It doesn't matter. All right. Now when we look at this, because what we're looking at is, I would say, the architecture. We look at the intent. We look at the layout of this application. We're not looking at, this is a mobile app. We're not looking at, if this is a web application. Like all that stuff, those are external interfaces. As far as I'm concerned, external systems, I don't care about it. All I care about is, what is this system responsible for? All right. So, in my personal practice, because software development for me, it's a lifestyle and it's my own personal practice. I'm no different from a lawyer or a doctor, man. This is my practice, right? So, as I said, we see that there's a core library, right? We see that there's a home library. Well, that might give a hint of what the system is. The system is an application that has some type of user interface, maybe because there's home, right? And home usually provides a context of some type of landing page of a UI interface, right? And then we see manage account, we see manage benefits, manage claims, manage providers, right? With the hint of this being a healthcare application. You also notice how all these projects have the F sharp glyph on it, if I could say that. Yeah, these are F sharp projects. But no one really cares about those details. But you can tell that for this healthcare application, this is what it does, On. Now, so that's pretty much the domain representation of this application. Notice how we don't know if it's a web application. You know, we don't know about how data is passed back and forth. We don't know any of that, right? Why don't we know that? Well, uh, let me return back to me. Yeah. So why don't we know that? Why should we? All right. The thought process, the intent is like I want people that come in after me to know exactly what the system is. The less time they spend digging through the solution to identify um, the area that they need to work within, I would think the more productive, the more effective, the more efficient they can potentially be. So why have a project called View Models and a project called Model? What does that mean? Right? That doesn't. That's not very descriptive. Then you have to drill through all the folders. No, forget that. No. Again, it's personal preference. I used to do it the old school way based on how the textbooks taught me. But I think there's other advantages too. Now, the domain model of this project is written in F sharp. I'm not sure if that plays nicely with Visual Studio's code map feature, and we could try to check that out to see if it plays nicely. But the advantage of let me return back. The advantage of organizing your solution by features, right, is that potentially, I know for sure in C sharp, in a C sharp solution, you can leverage code map and then you can generate, these UML diagrams or layouts, and you can see exactly what libraries are talking to other libraries, what the dependencies are, and you know exactly what they should not be talking to. There's a difference between a static. There's a difference between a static UML model, right? That's pretty prevalent, in which this is the way it should look, but that never ever reflects the actual system, all right? Versus you leverage Visual Studio's code map, you select your solution, and you select the projects that actually contain what you care about, and you maybe ignore the test API project, the test project, etc. The UI client project, you ignore that, and you just select everything that represents the domain, and you basically generate the UML for it, and then you see exactly what your solution is all about. And I'll try to demo that. I'm not sure if it's going to work with F sharp projects, but I'll try. All right. So let me go back. Let me go back. All right. So yeah. So you see the core components of this application. All right. That's cool. That's cool. What you don't see is you don't see like the actual like details of the system, right? Well, the details of the system that are unrelated to test automation are inside a folder called integration. All right, and there we see this is an Android application so far. I could also add a Xamarin iOS project as well, right? That is where we see interaction logic, right? Such as, well, exactly what it is, interaction logic. What's in here? A delegate command. You know, this is written in F sharp. Why am I using a mouse? Let's Control ML. Yeah, Control ML. We'll expand it. Um, so this dispatcher, which I'm not proud of this class. This class is responsible for some navigation, but it's hella long, and because it's an F sharp file, I can't leverage partial classes for this. But anyway, these are the details, right, of the application, all right? Interaction logic library, right? Details. Is it domain logic, right? It's the details. implementation details. And we look at our Android, we go into the details of this integration folder, and then this Android client, and we see activities, account, benefits, claims, home. Oh, that sounds really familiar, right? All these activities. And we see adapters, that's how we populate our list views. Oh, yeah. All right. And we got the fragments in here. Yeah, resources. Like all those are details. What you don't see when the solution is collapsed like this is you don't see that it's a mobile application. No, you don't see that. All you see are the main features of this application. All right, so let me go back. All right, so that's what you see. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to try to load this up in Visual Studio Enterprise. And oh no, hold on, I didn't show you something. Another detail, pardon me, is tests. You have your test API. Look at this test API. Mock member, mock claim, mock sign-in, mock providers, mock benefits repository, a whole bunch of different repositories that I'm mocking out, right? And you have the actual tests. You have these tests, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. But again, these are just details of this application. I mean, honestly, tests aren't part of the application, but they're in the solution because we need to have checks and balances, right? All right, so let me return back. Now, so this what I'm attempting to show you, right, to kind of retract is clean architecture, my interpretation of it, and how I'm practicing it. Now I want to see if CodeMap works for F# projects. I don't know. Let's find out. Come on this journey with me. All right. So let's kill this on. All right. All right. Let's go. And I have this. Experimental instance of Visual Studio 15 Preview 4. Okay. All right. And let me load this up and load up this healthcare solution. I don't even say application, I say solution. All right, and do I have CodeMap on here? I should have CodeMap on here. Why do I get CodeMap on here? Maybe I don't. Oh, it's still loading. You see this right here? Load. Let me remove the distractions. I don't want you looking at things that you're going to ask me questions about. It says it's still loading. That's not good. I thought you guys fixed the performance on here. Hold up. Why are you asking me for all this? I don't care about that. Oh, hold up. What just happened? Why did it just crash? Go back. Someone just sent me a message. Let me silence my phone. All right. And it's supposed to be a 90-day trial. Like, why is it terminating on me? Load. Come on, man. Like, the community edition loads like hella fast. I don't understand why this enterprise update 4 or whatever the update was is taking so long to load. We were not able to update. All right, fine. Sign in. What the freak? I hit sign in. All right, so look. Visual Studio. There's issues with it. They need to fix that. Like that, y'all saw it. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, that's clean architecture. It's a different way, a different setup of setting up your solution, laying out your solution. All right. So that's it. That's all I have to share. What can we learn from this? Well, you can learn that, yeah, I'm gonna call it out. You can learn that when you have diversity involved in this software industry, you get to learn of different perspectives of people that may not come from the same background that you come from, people that maybe weren't born with a silver spoon, people that just have a alternative perspective to how things could be done. Now, in my case, what I just demoed, no, because I took this from Robert Martin, aka Uncle Bob, and I grabbed his idea and I started marinating on it, right? And I started using my interpretation. But yo, like mainstream hackers of the software industry, like embrace people that do not think like you do. I understand that you people represent the majority, right? Embrace women, embrace minorities, embrace people that think differently, embrace people that have different interpretations, right? They're wired differently. They see things that you don't see. And because they see things that you don't see, it doesn't make them strange. It doesn't make them weird. It makes them contribute. It makes them better collaborators. Yeah, I'm calling it out. So retweet this, reshare this, whatever, reshare this. I'm calling it out, man. I'm gonna keep calling it out because there's issues with this industry. There's issues with mainstream ideas not respecting ideas that come from diversity. All right, so that's it. I'm done. I just attempted to do an intro to clean architecture. Go back to the solution again. Of course. Hold up. And why did I just take time to do that? Let me just show you really quickly my interpretation of clean architecture. And come on, Visual Studio, go, 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 go. Recap. The main libraries explain what the system is about without even having to drill into it. Okay, without having to drill into the solution. If you have everything collapsed, this is what this application does. This is what the system does. Oh yeah, I have a hell of a test here too. I have 91, right? It's going to grow even more, right? And I'll archive that or I'll say that for another talk. So, recap, clean architecture. You look at your solution and you know exactly what your solution is all about. The problem that is attempting to solve. And any of the implementation details of that domain that your solution represents, right? This is the domain that your solution represents. Any of the implementation details, you can throw that inside of like a folder called integration if you want the details. If you want to know about the external systems, right, that interface with it, or the interaction logic that's required to interface with external systems, you could throw that in this folder. All right. So that's my brief recap. That's it. That's all. And I'm done, right? I'm going to try to pump out another video. More than likely tomorrow morning. It's like 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning out here. Or I might try to pump out one later on today. But I'm signing off. I'm Scott Nimrod, a.k.a. Bizmonger. And out here in Miami Beach by way of Cleveland, Ohio. So that's it. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah. And adios. De veo a ratito. All right, I'm out. Bye.